For me, I think I know there's something wrong when I kind of want to unconditionally just do for the other person and just want to be there for the other person, irrespective. That person comes first. And I actually tend to lose myself in love, which is stupid. I don't think anybody should.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of the reasons why we both decided that it was kind of time to let them know, at the end of the day, we are friends, And I personally think in any case, this whole Shara thing sort of put a certain amount of pressure also on us.
I think I only chased when I was in college. That's my first. Pehla pyar jo bolte. I think that's the only time I think I've chased somebody literally chased. Like I've gone behind her, like on bikes and cycles and all that. So it's like, yeah, we were supposed to shoot in Georgia.
Yeah.
Georgia to Rishikesh. So it was quite a transition. Shift.
When he started off the step, I was like, is this a step? What's going on?
Pratik tries. He's like Sunny.
वो honest है, वो कोशिश कर रहा है, बहुत कोशिश कर रहा है।
काट दो
नहीं, वो काटेगा तुझे अब। चल, let's go home. Come.
Okay, I think I don't need to speak about how much I love them, and I don't need to speak about how much the Shara fam loves them. Their first music video is out and it's trending all over. So I have Shara with me only on Bollywood Bubble. Hello guys. Finally we are meeting and doing an interview. Yes. Ek saal mein first time. First of all, I will start off with a complaint. At least Shamita calls me, at least Shamita speaks to me and meets me. This one is a ditcher.
We were supposed to meet, but...
In 1 year, when was the last time you met me?
I've not met anybody actually, honestly speaking. So...
He met me last inside the Bigg Boss house, guys. That's how...
No, I think we met after that.
No.
Oh shit.
I don't remember. But this is your first music video. When did you guys decide to do this? And it's a romantic song. So did that appeal to you guys?
It wasn't actually, we didn't know what song we were getting, honestly. It so happened that Bhushan Kumar, he called for a meeting, and then I went and met him, and then I didn't know what the purpose was for. And then while talking, he said, like, let's do a song. So I said, yes, I want to do a song, and I thought that's why you called me here. So, or any other project. But then he asked Raj, who is his cousin, so what's the best song we have, So he said, we're working on this song, Tere Wish, which is already a popular number, and they were going to recreate it. And I just heard that song, and I was blown away. I was like, this is like, and it was a scratch that time, and I immediately sent it to Shavita also, and she also loved it. I just said, this is a perfect song. So I think everything fell in place. From the word go, it was not planned. Actually, something when things are just not planned, it just works the best.
Yeah, that's true. What about you? What connected with you?
I don't know, the song I think just touched my soul. It was just beautiful. And like he said, we just heard the scratch, and I think at that point in time, a lot of songs were coming to us, but we kind of wanted to make the right decision, just do one song, but like a good one,
Yeah.
And everything just fell into place. This song just came at the right time, and we didn't really know what the concept was going to be, But I think both of us just said yes to the song. Yeah. It was beautiful.
Well, that's what, like when as she said, we're discussing, with a lot of things happen, after Bigg Boss. It's like you get a lot of opportunities, offers, but you have to select the best, because you don't want to just get to doing something which everything comes your way, you don't need to select it. So I think we both have been very selective about our work. So when this song came, it's just that we had to come on the same page too, because we were both going to be a part of it. So obviously we had to agree to it. And then luckily, it fell in place. She also liked, I also liked, so I said everything was super.
But I want to ask you, if you had to define love, how would you define? Like, this is a romantic song. What is love for you?
Actually, there is no definition to love, honestly speaking. It's just that like we're very stupid as human beings that we have definitions. There's a specific definition for love. I think it's a very generic thing.
Yeah, but something that you would look out for in the person that you want to be with.
I think it's just the energy. I mean, it's just like, I feel we all are made of energy, and if that clicks, that energy works. It clicks. It doesn't click. So it's all. I feel it's all about the energy. Yeah, that's all.
What about you, Shamita?
For me, I think I know there's something wrong when I kind of want to unconditionally just do for the other person and just want to be there for the other person, irrespective. That person comes first. And I actually tend to lose myself in love, which is stupid. I don't think anybody should. But yeah, that's when I kind of realize that, shit, I'm in love. But yeah, like he said, there's no definition for love as such. Yeah, there are these factors that attract you to a person physically.
Yeah.
But then love is more an emotional connect. It's a soul connect, It's either there or it's not.
Absolutely. In the music video, you're chasing her a little bit, right? There's a chase between the two of you. In real life, have you ever chased anybody like that? And have you been chased by anybody? And how have you reacted to it?
I think I only chased when I was in college. That's my first. I mean, pehla pyar jo bolte. I think that's the only time I think I've chased somebody literally chased. Like I've gone behind her, like on bikes and cycles and all that. So it's like, it was like a Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar kind of a romance. So yeah, that was it. I think after that I've never, because at a very early age I got into this industry. When I was 19, I became Mr. India. So it was then it was like back to back. Tum Bin happened, and actually now come to think of it, I never had time to fall in love again. It just like coincidentally happened, and I just went with the flow. So that was for me. That's why when you ask me what is love or chasing love or anything of that sort, for me it is, see, I'm an artist. So as I said, it's about energy. So it's when an artist can connect with energies, like, so when that energy, so when I paint, it's cosmic for me, it's divine for me. So for anything which has a good energy is God for me. So it's like, you don't chase God. It just happens to you, like all that. So
what about you?
Philosophically, yes.
Man, I'm a little old school. I don't know how to chase a boy.
No, but have you been chased? That's why I asked you a different question.
Why would any girl chase a boy? I mean, any
people
can.
A boy has run away.
No, some of them made me want to run away.
Okay.
But yeah.
What was the weirdest thing that somebody has done, where you actually thought like, nahi ho sakta, main jati hu?
It gets very odd when you kind of share a platonic relationship with someone, and then suddenly one day he pops up and, he's like, oh, it gets all intense on you. And, then it's such a difficult situation because you really love that person as a friend.
Yeah.
Then you don't want to, spoil that friendship and make it complicated.
True.
So, I mean, yeah, and that sort of thing, kind of has happened with me from time to time.
When I knew that you guys were doing the song for T-Series, initially I think you guys were supposed to shoot it abroad, but because of COVID, you guys had to shoot it in Bombay. In India, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah, we were supposed to shoot in Georgia.
Yeah.
Georgia to Rishikesh. So it was quite a transition. Shift. I still remember I told Shavita, I said we were shooting Georgia. You were like, oh wow, Georgia and all that. I was so excited that too.
Especially Georgia and everything.
Yeah, we're seeing locations and all that. We'll go here, we'll go there. We were talking about all that. So then suddenly I just got it's not Georgia, it's Rishikesh. And the temperature was 45 degrees, dude. So it was
45.
Yep. When we shot, yes.
Yeah.
And there was crowd. There was like because it was peak tourist season that time, So it was crowded. People were going berserk, seeing us, especially after Big Boss, and the crowd management became a problem, and there was sweat all over, and such a romantic song, and you have to be so nice and breezy and light and all of that. This was exactly opposite how we shot.
Listen, but I have to give it to him because during the entire stint of Big Boss, watching him and Pratik dance. I think on one side there was Pratik and Rakesh, and the other side was you and Nishant, and constantly teaching them, and they're doing apna hi kuch. Was it a reason why you kept the step simple? Did you reach out, and what did you react to?
Which one are you talking about?
This
We danced so many times.
No, this one.
This step, hello, this we didn't learn.
Which one? Where did Pratik do this step?
No, I'm saying we've seen how good a dancer he is. So because of that.
Oh, okay. Well, I maybe you should take this.
You asked the wrong person. She's a good dancer. So for me, it was.
When he started off with the step, I was like, is this the step? What's going on?
The song is not going to work, dude. The step is not going to trend at all. So basically, it was. We learned it on the spot. I mean, when we went to the ghats of Ganga, so वहाँ पे ये step wasn't prepared before. We were just like doing.
Because they didn't think इसके लिए preparation necessary.
Idiot. I only said we should have a signature steps for like making reels and all of our people, influencers and all that. And there it went. I said, oh shit! I opened my mouth and put my foot there. So he immediately on the set itself, and it was hot. And again we had to learn. I said, shit! Now we have to do this. The camera's going to roll and before that.
It's an easy step.
Nothing is easy for me.
That's what I said.
No step is like even.
I have seen even Pratik dance, and I think that's the best highlight.
I said he's better than Pratik.
Pratik, Bapre. Pratik is.
But बेचारा, he really tries.
Pratik tries. He's like Sunny.
वो honest है. वो बहुत कोशिश करता है. बहुत कोशिश करता है Sunny Deol.
काट दो ये काट दो.
नहीं वो काटेगा तुझे अब.
But also one thing that I want to ask you is that with time, when you process love, your opinion on love changes, and also the way you deal with everything, good, bad, ugly, that comes with love also changes. Do you feel that there has been a transition in the way you have dealt with love and heartbreak through the years? Like,
I think over the years, you kind of understand what works for you and what just doesn't work for you. That's not something you know in the initial years. As you grow up, as you mature, as you deal with more situations, life teaches you things. So I guess love becomes a little harder later because you kind of become set in your ways. And that's what I have noticed.
What about you?
Yeah, I think I agree, concur with what she says. It's just life's experience teaches you a lot. Maybe the do's and don'ts. At that point, you just get to know what works, what doesn't work, and somewhere what you're seeking for is solace, in love. When you at a phase, especially at my age in my life, and it's just that you just need peace of mind. You just need because there are a lot of other things paraphernalia around you. It's not a teeny college romance anymore. So there are a lot of responsibility. There are a lot of things that you need to do around to make a life, a career, to manage your family and everything around. So I think at this age, I think love becomes a lot of responsibility. Not just love as a factor, but whatever is around it also. So I think that's what for me it changes. I do feel that I was way different when I was in school and what I'm right now. So yes, it has traveled through.
I want to tell you this, that last time we met, and after that I've got a lot of, whenever I used to put question stickers, I can tell you that out of the 500 there would be 300 questions on both of you. Of course, as a friend I've avoided most of the questions, but I want to tell you this as a friend also, that it takes a lot of gumption to do what you guys are doing, despite not being together, to come and do the song. And it genuinely takes gumption, because I know that most people in your position wouldn't have done this. Only for that, not as a friend or anything. I genuinely feel as a professional also, it's very important that you do this. So kudos to that, to you for that. But when you announced it, were you expecting this kind of a reaction? Because everybody had, I knew it, that the day you guys announced it, there's gonna be a meltdown. So like, did you expect this?
I think our reason for announcing it was because I see, the thing is, the whole Shara family that kind of just happened.
Yeah.
supported us so much and gave us so much love, and the kind of messages that still kept coming in was very pro the relationship, and I didn't want to break their heart. I thought it was better for them to kind of know the truth rather than lie to them.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of the reasons why we both decided that it was kind of time to let them know. At the end of the day, we are friends. And I personally think, in any case, this whole Shara thing sort of put a certain amount of pressure also on us. You know what I mean? And we didn't want to kind of focus on that anymore and focus more on our friendship. I think that's where kind of, things changed.
True.
We wanted to just set things right.
Will it break hearts? There are a lot of times when, people love a couple and then they break up. It can work against them also. But for you guys, it hasn't, to be honest, after that also.
See, we met at in a very unusual circumstance. We never planned this.
Yeah.
We were put in a house because I never preempted that it's going to be like a couple thing.
No, I don't think any of us did.
None of us knew
It just
about
became a
it.
connection show.
It just like, had it been that, I would have said no to it right from the word go. Because I wanted to play individually, because I wanted to be a person, because I've always refrained from participating in Bigg Boss. Every year they've been calling, but I just had no, I am a little scared of going into that house. I'm being honest. And I'm not a person who is like a public person. For me, as I said, always said, more than two is crowd for me. Yeah. So it is, I'm a private person. I like to keep it that way. And yes, I did participate because I wanted to. That is kind of a problem that my mother used to say, you should interact with people, and that is a problem with you. So just face your demons, So I went there to face my demons. But if I knew this as a couple thing, then I would have said no. But then eventually when I went there, I said, oh shit, holy shit, what are we doing now? So when push comes to shove, you have to do it. So it never was a plan. And as it is unplanned, when unplanned things always you have to make it work, or you don't have to wait, it doesn't work, or you have to be the person who's holding the reins. So now we tried, but somewhere when it wasn't working, obviously we had to tell people, because it's not something that. Also, I thought that let's not do it because I'm a private person, and it's not something that we need to be vocal about. Because it happened in a circumstance which was that way. If we were in Bigg Boss house, still people would have got to know any which way.
Yeah.
But we are not in Bigg Boss house. Life is not Bigg Boss for us. So it follows. everything accordingly followed, and that's what happened.
But do you think today we are at an age and stage where you can be cordial and friendly? There are situations in life where you can't be friends with your exes, right? So, do you think that we are in a stage and age, especially both of you?
There's no stage and age for this.
No, एक time के बाद हो जाता है.
नहीं, वो maturity levels के ऊपर होता है. There's no stage and age for this. I think both of us initially also had always made this very clear that, like he said, we had met in very unusual circumstances, and we wanted to explore it out of the house as friends. But like I said, the whole Shara thing kind of took over, and both of us are private people. We didn't find it necessary to come out and keep explaining ourselves.
True.
And frankly speaking, even if I knew it was a connection show, I don't think I would have gone in. So, I'm also a very private person.
Yeah.
But then my life was just out there for 6 months.
Finally, I will also ask you that if, you guys have shot with each other now, you guys have known each other for 1 year. Before I go, I want to ask you that one quality in him and one quality in her that you admire the most and you would like to implement that in your own life. It can be any quality.
I love the artistic side to him. Oh my God, when he paints, he sculpts, he just sketches, draws, whatever. It's just mesmerizing for me. The little emoticon with hearts in their eyes? Yeah, that's me. When he has a paintbrush in his hand or pencil in his hand, that's me. So that's one thing I kind of wish I could take with me. And I think he also kind of, in some way, inspired me to start painting myself. Because I used to a very long time back. Now I kind of got back to it a little, not as much as him. So yeah, that's probably one thing.
What about you?
I think she has what I liked about her is she's very deep rooted with a lot of things.
With the family.
With the family, and there's a certain amount of discipline. Um, that's something to take home, because and especially I don't belong to a family. I'm not a family person. I've always been me, my father, and my sister. And my father was in the armed forces, so we never had relatives. We didn't have any kind of. So my upbringing was very alone. Like I had to do everything alone, you know. So I was a strict army man's child. So it was for me. I was always you know, in every direction. Like I want to do this, I want to do that. But when you are with family, when you have I mean, I love her family. I mean, I've connected the most with her family and really enjoyed that space, that energy, and everything. I think that's what I learned from her and her family, that how close you need to be to enjoy your life, and that's something which I can take home.
Absolutely. And all the best for many more projects to come. Together or not, you will always have my support. That's something that I can tell you. I love you for Shamita. I love you for Rakesh, honestly speaking. I loved when you guys were together. I will love you guys even if you are not together and friends. And that's how life should be, and that's how everybody should be. More power to you guys. Thank you for doing this. And it was a lot of fun.
Thank you so much. Chalo, let's go home.
Hi, this is Shamita Shetty.
Hi, I'm Rakesh Bapat.
And you're watching us on Bollywood Bubble.
Share and subscribe.
Like कौन बोलेगा?
Like, share and subscribe.